السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, today we are looking at lesson number 13 of the Qiraa Atur Raashida, inshallah. And today's lesson is, as you can see, Al-Amana. We're going to look at Al-Amana as the topic of today, inshallah. And without wasting much time, inshallah, let's just start right away. So Al-Amana, as I said, that is the topic of today, and it simply means a trust. Al-Amana is the trust. So whether a trust between you and another person, okay, you actually have a trust, or even our life, as we all know, our life is actually also a trust. Our life in itself is a trust, okay, as Allah told us in the ending of Surah Al-Ahzab, inshallah. I think that is the last verse of Surah Al-Ahzab, right, or the second last verse. Our life in itself is a trust. So a trust in such a way that a trust between you and another person, or a trust between you and your teacher, a trust between you and your friend, all this is what we term as Al-Amana, okay, Al-Amana. So let's begin, inshallah. As we go further, we'll explain, we'll see very beautiful narration here. So ista'jara rajulun qawman. Ista'jara rajulun qawman. A man hired a particular people. Okay, when we say ista'jara, we mean he hired. Yasta'jiru, he is hiring. Okay, so when you hire something to use it for a particular time, that's what we call it istijar, hiring. Okay, so ista'jara rajulun qawman. A man hired a people. Fashtagalu wa amilu. So they got busy. Okay. Fashtagalu wa amilu. Then they got busy and worked. Ishtagala, he got busy. Yashtagilu, he is getting busy. So fashtagalu, then they got busy. Wa amilu, and they worked. The man, they were working for him. The man hired them to work for him. Walamma faragu min shughlihim. And when they finished from their work, okay, walamma faragu min shughlihim. When they were done with their work, I hope that is clear. When we say faraga, faraga actually means to be free. Okay, faraga, to be free. So that's what we call a farag is actually an empty space. Faragun, it means an empty space. The space is something where there's bimana not occupied by anything. So when we say faraga rajul bimana, the man is free. Bimana, so that's what we call. Also, we have something that we call waqtul farag. Okay, waqtul farag. Just the leisure time, we call it waqtul farag. Why? Because it is a time, is a part of your time that is not occupied by work. So when we say faraga, bimana, he is done with work. He is actually free. So walamma faragu, and when they were done with their work, okay, also like it comes in the Quran, like Allah says, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ. Allah is telling the Prophet, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ, when you are done with work, فَانْصَبْ, exhaust yourself in qiyam al-layl. Okay, so faraga is, as I said, it means to be free. So walamma faragu, and when they were done, min shughlihim, from their work, bimana, the work that the man asked them to do for him, ja'u ilayhi, they came to him, fa'a'tahum ajrahum, and he gave them their ajr, their compensation. Okay, ja'u ilayhim, they came to him. Ja'a, this one is very common, we know it, but there is something, if you can remember, I think the last lesson we came across ata. Ata is a similar word. Ata also means came. Ata means he came. Ja'a also means he came. So what's the difference? What's the difference? They are very similar, but there is a little bit of difference between them. Ata means to come casually. Okay, to come casually. So if I say, yani ataytuhu, I went to him, bimana, for example, I have a friend. I just go to his house casually, not anticipating something. I just went to him casually, not that I wanted something or I am in need of something, or I am going there to do something big. I just went there. I will say, Yani, Ataituhu, I went to him. But if I went there anticipating something, I went, example, he took my something and I'm going to take it back, or I'm going there for a very big accomplishment, I will not use ata. I will say Jituhu, I went to him. I will use the ja'a. So ja'a is used when you are talking about something big, and ata is just used normally. You are talking about something that is very small. So when you even look at the Quran, when ja'a is used, it's coming for something big. For example, Allah says, Iza ja'a nasrullahi. You see, that when the help of Allah comes, the magnificent help of Allah is not just something small. It's something that the Muslims anticipated for a very long time. So it wasn't something small. And even when you look at the signs of the Qiyamah, I mean, when the day of judgment is coming, the signs that Allah talked about in the Quran, mostly Allah used Allah used ja'a. Okay, فَإِذَا جَاءَتِ الصَّاخَّةُ. You see, فَإِذَا جَاءَتِ الطَّامَّةُ الْكُبْرَى وَجِيءَ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِجَهَنَّمَ وَجَاءَ رَبُّكَ وَالْمَلَكُ صَفًّا صَفًّا. You see, so when ja'a is used, it's not talking about something small. It has to do with something big. But when ata is used, it just means casually. We are talking about something very small. Okay. So that is a little bit of difference between them. Okay. So ja'u ilayhi, they came to him. They didn't just came to him. Casually, they came to him anticipating their compensation. They came to him with the back of their mind that they are coming to collect something, their reward from him. Okay. So ja'u ilayhi, they came to him, as I explained, fa'a'tahum, and then he gave them. A'ta, he gave. Okay, yu'ti, he is given. Fa'a'tahum, and he gave them ajrahum, their compensation. We have explained this previously. I think in the last lesson, we look at the 3 types of compensation. As I said, we mentioned them, right? We have the ajr, the sawab, and then jaza. You can remember. I hope you have not forgotten. وَكَانَ فِيهِمْ رَجُلٌ اشْتَغَلَ مَعَهُمْ. And there was a man with وَكَانَ فِيهِمْ, there was a man among them. اشْتَغَلَ مَعَهُمْ. He worked with them. اشْتَغَلَ, he worked. يَشْتَغِلُ, he's working. اشْتَغَلَ مَعَهُمْ, as I said, or to get busy with work. وَلَكِنَّهُ لَمْ يَأْخُذْ أَجْرَهُ. But لَمْ يَأْخُذْ, he didn't take أَجْرَهُ, his compensation. وَتَرَكَهُ وَزَهَبَ, and he left it and he went. Okay, so this man also worked with them, but he didn't take his compensation or his reward. He left it and then he went away. وَكَانَ الرَّجُلُ, and then the man, which man? The man who hired them, the mustajir, the one who hired them. Okay, that man who hired them to work for him. كَانَ كَرِيمًا, he was noble. أَمِينًا, trustworthy. فَلَمْ يَأْكُلْ أُجْرَتَهُ. So he didn't eat his reward or his compensation. He didn't add it to his money and then he spent it. He didn't spend it. Okay, he didn't spend that money that was supposed to be taken by one of the workers who left it with him. وَلَمْ يَنْتَفِعْ بِهَا, neither did he benefited with it. انتفع, he benefited. So if I say انتفعت كثيرا من هذا, I've benefited a lot from this. Okay, انتفع, he benefited. ينتفع, he is benefiting. So وَلَمْ يَنْتَفِعْ, he didn't benefit بها, with it. وَخَافَ اللَّهَ, and he feared Allah. وَوَضَعَهَا فِي التِّجَارَةِ, and he put it. وَضَعَ, he put it, he put that reward or that compensation, that salary, if you want, that salary that was supposed to be taken by that one man. فِي التِّجَارَةِ, in trade or in business. He put it in business. وَسَمَّرَهَا وَأَثْمَرَتِ الْأُجْرَةُ كَثِيرًا. وَسَمَّرَهَا, bimana, he grew it. When we say sammara, is similar to namma. Okay, we say numu, growth. So for you to actually try to grow it, to invest it. Okay, I think that's the word, is investment. So that's what we call investment. Istithmar. Istithmarun means investment. So to put the process of trying to invest something, that's what we call sammara. I hope that is clear. So wasammaraha, he tried growing it by investing it. Wa asmaratil ujratu kasiran, and then the ujr, that reward or that salary that belonged to that one man, asmarat, it yielded. We say asmara, for something to produce result, especially in investment. Whether you are investing in agriculture, when you grow and then it produces fruits, we say asmarat, it has produced or it has yielded. Wa asmaratil ujratu kathiran, and then that reward yielded a lot. Wa kathurat minhal amwalu, and then money, or yes, money, kathurat minha, became plenty out of it. I hope that is clear. Money became plenty out of it. When we say kathura, for something to grow, to become plenty, I hope that is clear. Example, after the battle of Badr, just after the battle of Badr, the kuffar, they went back to Makkah and they were disappointed. And it didn't go well for them. The Muslims, we killed them a lot. Several of them, most of their ru'usa, their heads, their leaders, they were killed in the battle of Badr. So when they went back, they were now trying to to regather and come after the Muslims a second time. Okay, that was the second time. They were gathering themselves, trying to gather a huge number. So Allah says, وَلَن تُغْنِيَ عَنْكُمْ فِئَتُكُمْ شَيْئًا وَلَوْ كَسُرَتْ. Your number wouldn't avail you. وَلَوْ كَسُرَتْ. So you see this word, وَلَوْ كَثُرَتْ. Even if you become plenty, your increment in number, it won't help you. Okay, so kasura is for something to become a lot, to increase in number. So وَكَثُرَتْ مِنْهَا الْأَمْوَالِ, and money became plenty out of it. وَبَعْدَ حِينٍ, and after a time, okay, or after a moment, جَاءَهُ, he came to him strongly. I've just explained. He came to him strongly, not just casually. Why? He has at his back of his mind, he's coming to take his money. So ba'da hin ja'ahu, who is the one who came? That one man who didn't take his reward, his salary, or after working, and he left it with him. He came after some time. That's what they are saying here. Wa ba'da hin ja'ahu al-ajir. So al-ajir is the one who is being hired. Okay, ista'ajara, he hired. Yasta'ajiru, he is hiring. Musta'ajirun, this is ism fa'il. Mustajir is the one who hires. The one who is hiring, we call him mustajir. Okay, that's ism fa'il. And this one is the ism maf'ul. Al-ajir, the one who is being hired. So these are hiring terms, right? Terminologies around hiring. It's not doing anything, it's just sort of. It's just, this one just sort of trying to manipulate, changing some of the huruf, and that's just it. Mustajir, the one who hires. Ajir, the one who is being hired. The ism maf'ul. Okay. So ja'ahul ajir, the one who is being hired. That man who was hired among several men, but he didn't take his. He came back. Wa huwa khaifun, and he was fearing. He was the one who has fear. Allah ya'rifahu rajul, that the man wouldn't recognize him. I hope that is clear. That the man wouldn't recognize him. Arafa ya'rifu is sometimes to know, but the last time I think I explained this, it can also come to mean to recognize. فَقَدْ طَالَتِ الْمُدَّةِ. فَقَدْ طَالَتِ الْمُدَّةِ. The interval, al-muddah, bimana a period of time. Muddah, like we say, muddah means zaman, a period of time. But muddah can also sometimes mean an interval between two things. Demanding time. This is just a zorf makan, a zorf zaman. Sorry, this is just a zorf zaman, a muddah, a period. So after, when we say taller, let me explain this one too. Taller means to be long. Okay, taller means to be long. Okay, when you say طولت المدة, the time, the interval has become long. The interval between him living without taking his recompensation and the time that he returned to take it, that interval has become long. That's what they are saying here. طولت المدة, the interval or the time has become long. ومضى زمن كثير, and a lot of time has passed. When we say madha, for something to be past, like we say, so the madi is the thing which is past. So we see usbu'ul madi, the past week. So when I say haza madi, this is past, bimana expired. Okay, madi, the thing which is past or expired. So madha is a verb, yamdi is a present tense, the mudare. Okay, wa madha zaman kathir, a lot of time has passed. Wa maza yaf'alu al-miskinu illa ya'rifahu ar-rajul. وَمَاذَا يَفْعَلُ الْمِسْكِينُ, and what will the poor person do? What will this? They are referring to this ajir. Okay, this man as a miskin, a poor person. What will he do? إِلَّا يَعْرِفَهُ الرَّجُلُ, if the man doesn't recognize him, the one who hired him, the mustajir, if he doesn't recognize him, what will he do? أَوْ نَسِيَ قِصَّتَهُ, or he forgot his story, or he has forgotten, a long time has passed. So if he forgot or he can't even recognize him, what will the miskin, this ajir, the one who left it, what will he do? Jazak al-ajiru, the one who was hired, the ajir, that one man, he came, وَهُوَ لَا يَطْمَعُ, and he didn't desire. Okay, tama'a, he desires. Okay, tama'a, he desires. Yatma'u, he is desiring. Okay, وَهُوَ لَا يَطْمَعُ. Okay, like Allah says, ثُمَّ يَطْمَعُ أَنْ أَزِيدَ, right? Walid ibn Mughira. So وَهُوَ لَا يَطْمَعُ, so and he doesn't desire إِلَّا فِي أُجْرَتِهِ الْقَلِيلَةِ, except his small recompensation, his little recompensation. That's just what he wants. He's not desiring anything except he's just coming to take his reward. So they qualified by saying that darahima ma'dudatin, a few darahim. Darahim is the plural of dirham. Okay, all know dirham. And ma'duda, what's ma'duda? Ma'duda actually means very little. Ma'duda, it's also ism maf'ul. It's what we term as ism maf'ul. So bimana countable. When we say ma'duda, countable, it is so small that we can count it. Okay, so it is actually telling us how small this darahim is. Okay, so ma'duda, little or countable. Okay, I think it also comes in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, right? When Allah is talking about fasting. Ya ayyuhal lazina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyamu kama kutiba alal lazina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun ayyaman ma'dudat. Okay, this one comes, yes, it comes in the Quran. Ayyaman ma'dudat, when Allah is talking about fasting. There are just few days, ayyaman ma'dudat, very few days. I think this is talking about before Ramadan was established. So before Ramadan was established, people used to fast the middle of the month, the middle 3 or 4 days of the month. So that's what Allah is referring to, ayyaman ma'dudat. Very little, about 3 or 4 days fasting. Okay, so that is it. So as I said, ma'duda, very little or small, countable. وَإِذَا جَهَدَهَا الرَّجُلُ, and if the man should deny, وَلَمْ يَدْفَعْهَا, and he didn't pay. If he denied and didn't pay, رَجَعَ خَائِبًا, he will return disappointed. Now let's explain some words here. وَإِذَا جَهَدَ, jahada means to deny, not just denying. It's a special type of denial. When you deny or to argue, sometimes it means to argue, you are arguing, but when you have yakin, when you are certain that you are wrong, but you are still arguing, that's what we call jahada. Okay, let me give you an example. Assuming you beat a boy, a small boy, you beat him, and then his parents came asking who beat this child, and assuming the child points at you, then his parents are asking, are you the one who beat this child? And you are saying, no, I didn't beat him. But you are the one who beat him. You just know very well that you did it, but you are Or the child is saying, you are this man beat me, and you are also arguing, I didn't do it, I didn't. So at that time, we are saying you are yani anta tajhadu, anta tajhadu. You are arguing while knowing that you are wrong. That's what called jahada. He argued. So for someone to argue while knowing that he is wrong, that's what called jahada. Okay. Maw-izah jahada. So if the man should just pretend that he doesn't know, and he deny that I don't know you. Okay, that's what they are trying to say here. A very beautiful example is that of Fir'aun. When Musa alayhi salatu wasalam came to Fir'aun with miraculous signs from Allah, and he showed him series of signs. Series of what? Miraculous signs. After that, Fir'aun and his followers, military advisors and his ministers and all these people who were following him, they were content with the signs, and they knew that Musa alayhi salatu wasalam is a prophet. But out of kibr, out of arrogance, and out of zulm, oppression, they refused. You see what I'm talking about? This is just nothing. What you have shown us, we are not really content with this. So Allah says that وَجَهَدُوا بِهَا. I like that. This word is there. وَجَهَدُوا بِهَا وَاسْتَيْقَنَتْهَا أَنفُسُهُم ظُلْمًا وَعُلُوًّا. They denied, and they argue with him. They denied those miraculous signs. وَاسْتَيْقَنَتْهَا أَنفُسُهُم ظُلْمًا وَعُلُوًّا. While their inner self, internally, they were content with it, out of zulm wa uluwa, and then kibr, trying to be high. How can we accept Allah as high other than ourselves? They have enjoyed highness in the land for a very long time. How can they give it out? That was what happened. وَجَهَدُوا بِهَا. This same word is there. وَجَهَدُوا. So to argue while knowing that you are wrong. You just internally, this is it, but you are still arguing. That's what called jahada. Maw-izah الرَّجُلُ. So if this man should argue, okay, or should pretend, let me put it that way, as if he doesn't know him, وَلَمْ يَدْفَعَهَا, and he doesn't pay. Dafa is to pay. Okay, dafa is to pay. Yadfa, he is paying. It sometimes also mean to push. Okay, sometimes mean that. So but inshallah we'll see it later. وَلَمْ يَدْفَعَهَا, and doesn't pay. Raja khaiban, he will return disappointed. The man he's saying, the man will return disappointed, of course. Okay. وَلَكِنَّهُ جَاءَهُ, but he came to him. لِأَنَّهُ يَحْتَاجُ إِلَى هَذِهِ الدَّرَاهِمِ, because he is in need. We have seen احتاج يحتاج. We have seen this word several times. So لأنه, because يحتاج, لأنه يحتاج إلى هذه الدراهم, because he is in need of this darahim. فقال, so he said, يا عبد الله, oh Abdullah, Ya Abdullah. Why is this word mansub? Why is this fatha, not Abdullah? Okay, I think we know this, right? This is what we call harful nida. So when a harful nida comes, and you are calling something, and the thing you are calling is mudaf or mudaf ilay, remember this whole part is the munada, is the thing we are calling Abdullah. Abdullah is initially Abdullahi, but we are calling it. And when we are calling something and it is mudaf or mudaf ilay, remember if the munada is mudaf or mudaf ilay, the munada will become mansub. Okay, the munada will become mansub. So that's what we call Ya Abdullahi. It's because of the Ya, the harf and nida. That's why it has changed to Abdullah, not Abdullah. Okay. So if you are calling someone, you say Ya Abdur Rahman. Of course, there's a grammatical error. You have made a grammatical mistake there. Okay. So you say Ya Abdullahi. So, oh, slave of Allah. So you have called him generously. Addi ilayya ajri. Return to me my recompensation. Addi ilayya. The verb here is actually adda. You addi. Adda, bimana he give, he deliver. Like Allah says, Inna Allah ya'murukum an tu'addul amanati. The same word is there. And tu'addul amanati. I think that's in Nisa, right? Surah Nisa. And tu'addul amanati. It's also there. So very coincidental. We are talking about amana. Allah is also talking about amana in that verse. It's a very beautiful verse. One of the interesting verses of the Quran that talks about how power should be executed in the community. Talking about the arms of governments. And today what we term in social studies as the 3 arms of governments. Okay, so Allah is saying that Inna Allah ya'murukum an tu'addul amanati. That we should give the amana. Similar to we are talking about trust, right? So we should give the trust to those who deserve it. Give positions to those who deserve it. Give opportunities to those who deserve it. Give leadership to those who deserve it. Not those who have money. Not those who can, do bribery and get there. SubhanAllah. But what are we facing? Because we have put the Quran at our backs. That's why we are facing this kind of, misery in our communities. So, addi ilayya. So, similar word, addi, to give, to deliver. So, addi ilayya, give my compensation to me. Fama jahada rajulu. The man didn't deny. The man didn't deny. So inshallah, in the next lesson, we'll see what will happen. Let's pause here. So the man told him, Addi ilayya ajri. Give my recompensation to me. La Buddha and Natawakaf. Let's stop here, inshallah. And I will continue in the next lesson. We'll see what is going to happen between these 2 men, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan. Please, if there is any question or anything or any concern, please draw our attention, inshallah. We'll respond to you. Jazakumullahu khairan. وبارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.